Good morning, guys. It's your old pal Brian. I think it's the 21st of December. It's about I don't know, 8 o'clock in the morning here. I got a call from my good friend Simon about 6 a.m. my time. It was good to hear from you, Simon. It had been a while. I always have the observation that life just gets in the way sometimes. I know you've been busy. Here in Florida, it's just been exceedingly cold, and I've been busy, so I haven't got to fly much. So we're going to do some fish tanking this morning. I need to get my fingers nimble again. I hope all is well in your collective worlds. Edmund, my diabetic brother, I'm sorry to hear that you've been suffering insomnia. I have too as well. I go through bouts of it. I end up having to take Lunesta and or Ambien to reset my internal clock, and I'm reticent to do it because if you look at this machine over here, for instance, you don't want to be hung over and on a med and operating that machine. The airboats aren't forgiving. As I'd indicated in my post, I've been busy working evenings, and along with that comes different duties. It's 95% boredom, 1% terror, as they say. And here in the southeastern United States, folks are most likely to develop hypothermia because they don't dress for the weather. And out on one of our big rivers, I had a hunter walk into the woods about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and 7 o'clock he hadn't returned, they hadn't dressed for it, and the weather dropped down in the low or the high 30s, and he hadn't a flashlight, a GPS, a compass, or anything. So we had to go fetch him, and we use tools like this airboat over here to go do that. And you need to be lucid. Anyway, had that, and I also had an airboat very similar to this roll over with a couple of hunters on it the other morning, and we were able to get them out, and everybody survived. So I've been busy with that kind of stuff. It's been cold here and blustery. This morning right now it's about 39 degrees here in Florida, and that's just a few degrees above freezing, so it's cold out here, and it's a different kind of cold than what Simon experiences because the humidity is high. The humidity is usually 40–60%, and it's just that wet air cuts right through whatever you're wearing. So been tough over here. Been busy with the holidays and life in general, and been keeping up with the forums. Glad everyone else is doing pretty good. Peter, you're going to man up one day and build one of these things with the help of our good friend Rob, who I tongue-in-cheekiness joke that drives me insane that he has 20 days off a month. What else? Everything is nominal here. Everything's okay. Everything's manageable, and we look forward to having family and friends over the holidays. I'll be working, but as I joked with Simon about this morning when we spoke on the phone, it's a mixed blessing for me because my extended family annoys me. So what I do is I work, but I stop by the house and visit with them. In essence, what I do is I go, I got to go to work, and then I go, what time's supper? Or the feast. And they tell me, and then I magically reappear at that time, and then after supper is over, I take off and have to work again. And that actually suits me just fine. I get along just fine that way. That way I take the extended family in small doses, which is kind of how I have to do it. So that's funny stuff. Looking forward to the HK500 build. Unfortunately, Hobby King is perennially out of the parts that one needs for their project, so you have this protracted event. You can't just buy everything at once, which is just as well, I guess. I've read the HK500 GT forums on RC groups, and I have a list of parts and pieces that I need. My heavy duty servos. I think they're the 920s. They came in the other day. They're a much raved about servo. I'm going to use the crappy HK401B Cyro. I'd love to have a MEMS Cyro, but that's just not going to get it. It's not in my budget right now. I'm probably going to spend $29 on the metal tail, as the tail that you use for the plastic tail that comes with the GT is in theory not any good. That's one of the biggest, weakest points, frankly, in the entire build. The head's actually supposedly pretty good. They glue the bolts in too tight, and that's a problem, but I'm going to try to back bolts out, and if they don't move, they're just going to have to stay. I'll blue glue the rest of them in. That's probably going to be well into January or February when I finally get that thing in the air. Although the only thing I really need is the ESC. That I think the rest of the parts and pieces I can actually find on HK. So as soon as they come in with the ESC, I'll be in good shape. And anywho, well, that's about all the news that's worth knowing. There again, Simon, it was just great to hear from you. Edmund, Peter, all, I hope you have a great holiday season. Sounds like Peter's on the road. And I hope to get more practice with this machine. I think I'm going into low voltage because I don't have my timer on. I wish y'all the best, and happy holidays from your old pal Brian, and see ya.